Hi everyone, it's Stephanie here and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be creating a couple of cards, actually 4 in total, that were inspired by cards that were created by team member Erica, and I'm going to be using new products from the September 2017 release. So we have the Bundles of Blossoms Brights and Pastels paper pad. These are both new for this month's release, and Erica created all of her cards using the Bright set, so I decided to change mine up and use the Pastels. And then we're also going to be using the new Double the Smiles die-namics. And we're going to use this scallop stitched frame from the Blueprints 27 dies. And with all of these pieces here, we're going to create some die cut inlay cards that are super quick and super easy to create. For all of our die cutting, we're going to get 2 cards out of every single one that we do. So this is a really great way to create some really fast, clean and simple cards if you need to create a bunch but don't have a lot of time. So I just used my wire cutters to cut the 2 words apart, and I'm going to be using the larger word smile, and we're going to position that right in the center area of this stitched scallop frame. So what I've done is I've put them both upside down on my work surface so I have them lined up exactly how they would die cut and look on the finished card. And I'm positioning that smile word directly in the center of that rectangle. So I've kind of made it even top to bottom and from left to right. And then I'm just taking some washi tape and I'm putting it right across the whole entire 2 pieces of the dies so that I can make sure that they're adhered together. And the point of doing this is so that I can do multiple sets of die cutting and not have to reposition the dies every time. This is going to hold everything together so I can just kind of lift this off my work surface and I can continuously use this to die cut multiple sheets of paper. So the washi tape will stick down to the work surface, so you just want to take your time and carefully lift that off. And now you can see I have the smile right in the center of this rectangle, and I'm going to be able to die cut this all at once. When we do our die cutting, we're going to cut through 2 pieces at a time. So we're going to pick out 2 different pattern papers that we want to use. And what I like to do is pick out 2 that I want to use together. So I want one to be the outside area, the negative space, and then I want the other color to be this positive space, and then vice versa for the second card. So I'm picking out 2 sets of colors that I like together. So the first one is going to be this yellow color and then this really nice blue color. And then I'm also going to do kind of a greeny aqua color with a coral color. I thought they looked really nice together. And the pattern papers that I am using here have a definite pattern, so you want to make sure that when you are die cutting these, so when we put them together to do the die cutting, that you have both of the pattern papers facing in the same direction, because we want to make sure that the pattern is going to line up correctly when we do the die cut inlay. So I'm going to position this directly on the top here, on top of that first sheet. I have the other color kind of tucked in behind, and I'm just going to make sure it's going in the same direction. And then I'm going to run this through my die cut machine all together. And then what I'll be left with is my rectangle shape with the scalloped edge detail, and I'm also going to have that smile word that's going to cut out of the center. And then once again, like with our work surface, that washi tape is going to stick down on the pattern paper. So you just kind of want to take your time and very carefully lift it off so that you don't rip the paper and that you don't move the dies. We want to keep everything exactly positioned the same so that we're able to do this with the next set of pattern papers. I did wrinkle my pink piece a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to fully add adhesive to the back and it's going to adhere down with no problem. So you can see I also have all of these smile words, so I'm just separating those. And I'm going to put all of this aside and I'm going to do the exact same thing with my yellow and blue papers before I start to adhere everything. So once again, I'm going to position that word and frame directly onto my papers, run both through my die cutting machine at the exact same time, and then I can separate the 2 different colors and I'm going to be left with the same outside panel and the same smile word that can go on the inside. And now that we have all of the pieces, all that's left to do is adhere everything together and turn them into cards. So I'm going to be using white card bases for all 4 of my cards, and I already have them all cut down and scored and folded. So they are going to measure 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'm going to start by first adhering the outside, so the negative piece of that die cut. And what I'm doing is I'm first adding the adhesive all over the back of that big rectangle, making sure to put it all around the letters as well. And then I'm adding adhesive to the center area of the cardstock base. And what that does is it allows me to easily be able to place the letters back in there and have something to adhere them to. Because I already have the adhesive on the card front, in behind those letters, I don't have to add additional adhesive to put the letters back in. So for the first set of cards, I just used that blue smile word for the center and I used the yellow outside area to put everything together. And for the second card here, I just reversed that and put the blue on the outside and then the yellow smile word on the inside. For some added dimension, Erica did add her smile letters onto her cards with some foam adhesive, but I decided to leave mine completely flat and just adhered them directly against the card base. So I'm just repeating the exact same thing with the other two pattern papers that we had die cut, and I'm adding the word smile with the pink paper into the aqua, and then vice versa, I'm doing the pink outside and then the aqua letters on the inside. So it's just a really quick and easy way to get the most out of your dies and create some really fast cards. You could use any type of word in the center here, and it just allows you to really easily mass produce a bunch of cards if you need to create a bunch at once or if you're short on time. So thank you so much to Erica for creating these cards and letting us recreate them in today's class. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.